Wow, again, really three incredible cases. Um, so these are really fantastic cases. So Paul, you're our resident structural expert here. Comments on these cases?
Well, I have to say that each year the cases just get more and more extraordinary, and each of those was just, I mean, absolutely outstanding. And the presentations were fantastic. For the first case, I thought that was incredibly innovative with the snare. With the snare, I think you do have to have the splines of your valve to match up. There wasn't much discussion about that in the case, but I know that the splines had to have been matched up because the valve did move with the snare pulling on the catheter. If you have your splines 90 degrees off, the catheter will not bend when you pull on that snare. The other thing that was interesting about that case is I would like to know from the presenter how you managed where you put the snare, because you can imagine the snare will slide up and down. Any comments on that at all from the presenter, Dr. Farhad?
Thank you, Dr. Saraja, for a very good question. So we try to aim to grab the mid portion of the core valve. I'm not sure if the spines were truly engaged, but the mid portion for most support to be able to truly position the valve appropriately.
Yeah, it's really outstanding. In terms of the second case, I thought that was a really, really nice case too. I think what was really creative is, getting across the valve in the antegrade way. You do have to make sure that you are careful not to entangle the mitral valve when you do that. So whenever we pass wires in an antegrade fashion, you certainly would, I think, at least try to check on echo and make sure that you're not entangled, because you can imagine stiff wires getting around the mitral valve, how things can be torn. And it looks like from Dr. Ruiz Rodriguez, it looks like you went sheathless as well in your PERT closes. And just curious, any concern about stenosis with the PERT closes and the carotids once you're done, and how you follow that patient after the discharge?
Absolutely. We had the neurointerventional specialist involved, and we noticed that there was some stenosis, and we recommended to follow it like any other carotid stenosis with ultrasound. So we did an ultrasound before she left the hospital. We did one at 30 days, and we're treating it as if it was just a native pathology. So as long as the velocities don't go up and the stenosis is not bad, we're just gonna follow her.
Yeah. And then the final case, I thought it's fascinating because in these cases, there are a number of ways you can manage the LVOT risk. As mentioned, the neo-LVOT, when it gets below 200 or so, there's concern for obstruction. People have talked about lampoon, preemptive alcohol ablation. In this case, there's a previous surgical mitral valve, and presumably the surgeon had taken out some of the anterior leaflet, but we don't know how much. So lampoon probably wouldn't work, and also there's a baseline gradient already. So I think the decision to go with the preemptive alcohol ablation was absolutely the right one, and you can see it worked very well. The only other question I have for the presenter is, I know you use a 23 Sapien. Did you feel the need that you had to do the fracturing afterwards? I presume was it just because the valve was a small valve that was being put in there? How did you decide, Dr. Gonzalez?
Yeah, that's a great question. Like I mentioned in the case as well, the gradient was still quite elevated after the deployment of the TMVR. It was still 8. The patient came in quite symptomatic. Her gradient at baseline before the TMVR was not too impressive, it was 12. So we thought that she would need farther improvement of the gradient for her symptoms to resolve. So that's why we made that decision.
Yeah, and I think for the audience out there, a 23 valve would be a small mitral valve in any patient. And so I think you made absolutely the right decision. So congratulations to all of you. I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed watching your cases earlier this week and also watching them again today. So congratulations, they're all fantastic.
Yeah, let me echo that. I mean, really, this should be a 9-way tie. It's really very challenging to decide who the winners are. But let me ask Subhash, what do our winners get?
Well, they get a personalized card and a gift from you, but they do get the CVI certificate, because CVI is committed towards, showing off great techniques and solutions to innovative problems that we face in the cath lab. But in addition to that, there's a $1,000 gift award for the winner, and of course, a faculty invite to CVI 2021 to Austin.
Fantastic. Well, here's the moment we've all been waiting for. So congratulations to the winners. The winner of the coronary case contest is Dr. Ali Nazmi Kalik. The winner of the peripheral case is Dr. Ashkan Karimi. And the winner of the structural case is Dr. Ernesto Ruiz Rodriguez. Congratulations to all of you. Very, very challenging cases, innovative techniques. Congratulations to all the presenters, and welcome to the CVI family. I want to thank Mehdi, Subhash, Paul, and Manos for inviting me to moderate this session. Congratulations on a fantastic CVI 2020 in a very, very challenging time. And I look forward to the time when we can all get together and hopefully put this pandemic behind us.
Thank you, Sunil. That was great. And I also want to thank all the participants. Mehdi and Manas, Paul, and Rose, a few last comments.
If there were sparkles, we would have sparkles everywhere.
I just want to congratulate everyone. It was an amazing, again, amazing competition, great cases. Everyone is a winner in my mind. So thank you so much, and see you next year.